Mic check. When I was to you, I knew you were the one for me. Come through, dig the sound. I swear the whole world could do you empty. Crowd around. I used to cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop and stick around, come through and dig the sound of the fly brown 6060 psycho who throws a dick around. Bound to go 3 plat, came to destroy rap. It's an intricate plot of a b-boy strap. Fem stack cats get kidnapped. Then release a statement to the press, let the rest know who did that. Metal fist terrorists, claim responsibility. Broken household name usually set in hostility. What is MF? You silly? I like to take Benz to the end for 2 milli.
I want to say fully crazy because nothing makes sense. If you were to look at every single mic or show and everything you did throughout your whole career, there's no straight line. There's no rhyme or reason. It was, oh yeah, I hit up this person and they said yes, or I was with this person, they saw me with this person, or you have no idea why a person's hitting you up or why a person got you onto a show. Mm-hmm. You just have to either say yes or say no. And I've been putting myself in a position where I say yes to a lot of things since, I randomly saw you in Austin. I'm technically a Chicago comic, started in Detroit. I'm in Florida right now. Like I just say yes.
Yeah.
And then you travel to it because it's all you got.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really? That's how I feel.
that is all. That's all you got. Did you like Austin?
It was overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I'm so new. I'm a baby in this. I'm only like a year and a few months in.
So it was like it was like trying to cross a busy highway.
Yeah. So it's like, it wasn't like, how do I put it? This will be my 4th time going out there in a couple weeks. And I've noticed that like there's obviously levels to it, right? And I've done the open mic thing where I grinded. The most I did last time was like 25, I think, in a week, and I like killed myself.
In Austin?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, man, okay, please
So
continue.
no, but it was an eye-opening experience because after doing real showcases at home and then doing the open mics there, I was getting frustrated with myself because I'm like, well, these are like jokes I've put effort into and nothing is like happening here. What is going on? So
I got a small answer for that.
Yeah.
The scene in Austin is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different. And if, like, let's just say you have millions of followers and like soon as this goes up, you're going to get quadrillions of views, I'd give you a very political answer.
Yeah.
And I'm joking because I wouldn't give a political answer. Who gives a shit? The Austin scene is weird because there's this hierarchy that always leads to Kill Tony. So when you think of Kill Tony, you think of, I can be candid, right? Like
yeah.
It's like a feral type of white people. And I don't mean like everyone is just, your complexion white people, but it's kind of like that frat boy type humor.
Yeah.
So like even I went up on stages, and if you're not immediately going for some shock or like trans people, I mean, how many dicks you gotta suck? If you're not hitting an angle like that, the crowds are kind of just like, huh? Mm-hmm. It's like a certain brand of comedy, and right, wrong, or indifferent, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to go up in every single area, whether it's LA, where I feel like the scene in LA is a little bit, not the pro scene, of course, but just like at my level of the scene, it's a little soft. Like you'd have to like watch what you're saying, and especially in a lot of metropolitan cities, you just kind of have to watch what you're saying. I like going up there because can I make what I say funny? can I skirt that line? Can I cross the line? Can I get back? Can I win them? Can I lose them? I'm doing the thing, which you're eventually going to get to that point when it stops seeming like there's a lot of cars and you're about to get hit. And then you start seeing your own patterns and getting your voice. You're going to start going, all right, now I'm going to try and you're going to challenge yourself in different ways, especially if you care about comedy. Like when you give a shit about comedy, now you're like, all right, I'm going to put myself in an uncomfortable position. Let me see if I can get out. Then once you get out of it, you're like, oh shit, I'm good. I'm good. What else can I get into? So that Austin scene, you could take a bunch of jokes that you're like, yo, this works. And you go in there and you're like, yeah, and it was my butler. Hello? But that's just, certain scenes. Like, I remember the first time I performed in Canada and I was on a bilingual show. So I was in Montreal and the show is called The Ethnic Show, and it's bilingual. And there were like three guys before me was in French. And I mean, the guy right before me in French, like I'm exaggerating, but it seemed like they were like standing up, clapping, like, oh my God. And I'm like, what am I about to do? Like, is my, what? So I still kind of walk up with a certain type of energy, and I did very well. And like, there's two hosts, and they're kind of sitting there, so you get to banter with them as well. And even that worked out, and it made me just feel better. And I'm like, oh man, never just look at it like, oh, they'll never think I'm funny, or what can I do with this crowd, man? Just do your thing, because that's. 2 months ago. So hard to keep track of time now. 2 months ago, I was in Germany, and I performed at like 3 different shows in Germany, and I had that same feeling a little bit, but I just did whatever, and I had fun. So you'll see.
No, that's the thing though, because when you were talking about like the Austin scene and like, the Kill Tony's like the ultimate over there. For me, a lot of people ask me, well, why did you go on Kill Tony 8 months in? I said, because it's the only opportunity for me to get in front of, over 200. I don't even know how many people are seated in there.
Absolutely.
And be able to get that, like you're saying, get that uncomfortable to be like, I can do this.
That is the ultimate feeling. Because, like.
And I mean, I didn't do good, but like still just getting up there is an accomplishment, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me get her out of here.
What's up, dog?
Come on, get out.
That's a good dog. But so it's like, I was gonna say, like, I did 6 years in the Navy, and then I did some Army Reserve time. So by the time I got out, worked a whole bunch of jobs or whatever, did comedy, I never was nervous. Like, I was never nervous about anything. Even the first time, I was more mad that I didn't remember everything, but like, I was never nervous. But last year I went on tour with Aaron Bilal, the mute comic, and we worked on a bit together that we performed at Kill Tony. So it involved me. So him and I are waiting backstage for the first 60 seconds of the joke. Like, I go out and I pretend I'm him, taking like human growth hormone or whatever. So muscles and black and all this other stuff. And I helped, like, him and I both wrote, what I was going to be pressing a button for. But just standing behind stage and seeing that there's like 20 separate people that keep this thing like running, and looking right out the thing and all the people and the lights. And I was like, it's like the closest thing that you can get to feeling like you're about to go on one of those late night shows or something. So like, I mean, I still wasn't nervous, but I was definitely blown away. Like, it blew me away. So if someone goes, why would you go to Kill after? Shut up. You take experiences, and it don't matter when you had it, and then imagine going back 2 years from, that point, and then you can see the difference on how you handled yourself and how you got better. And it's like a jump off point, because especially since you're going out there so much, if you keep going out there and people just hear your name or see your name or whatever, it's gonna lead to, oh yeah, put her on the show, put her on the show, put her on the show, put her on the show. Her return to the Kill Tony, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's how it works.
Yeah, and it's not just Austin too, because like I think about so many stages that I've just seen that I'm like, to be able to just get up there
Yep.
is going to help me so much more than
Absolutely.
anything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's how, and it's the reason why I'm everywhere. It's the reason why I just travel so much, because if I do a guest set at some club and some person that either books or some club owner was like, yo, it could just be the difference between, it's like a night and day difference.
Mm-hmm.
Night and day difference. You can send a million emails, you can send a million messages, but just, hey, is it all right if I get a guest set? Like if you know the headliner or know one of the features or know somebody, kind of get a guest set, and then someone gets to see that you are okay and you're comfortable, you know, just it means so much more than this industry of sending out messages and sending out emails.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing, I mean, I don't know what you're doing, but I have an impression that you're doing the right thing. The right thing. And I say that loosely because what's the right thing?
What is the right thing? Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Everybody's path is so different.
Yep.
There's like major moments that I see align, like just listening to, because like before I started comedy, I was listening to advice from like Bill Burr, Ralphie May, like all them, because I feel like professionals are the best people to listen to,
Absolutely.
right? So yeah, but it's like you see the core things that line up, like, well, like, yeah, you get this spot and then this spot, and it's like, okay, now we're rolling, we got our own fans type thing, and you see like those
Yep.
core things, but everybody's like the little intricacies in between,
All
like
different.
all different.
Because
yeah.
it's the weirdest thing with advice. So like I've had a couple of comics come up to me and they start talking about advice, and I could say the only universal advice that I have is keep writing and keep going up. If anyone else is telling you anything, it's either what they've done or it's an idea of something you can do, but only you are going to know what you can do. You know, I could have the recipe for success, but it was my success, and you could do the exact same thing and you could not have success. And then who do you blame? Do you blame yourself? Do you blame me? Do you blame, MF Doom? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who do you blame? Like,
Yeah.
it's a little late to be blaming him.
Yeah. I mean, I had instances where I first started and I was absorbing almost too much information because I was being given a lot of technical advice. And it held me back to a point, because now I'm at this completely different space where I'm only talking about real shit that's like true to me, when before I was doing like one-liners and like stuff that I wasn't in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The rest of the advice that I say to that, like, so this cat hit me up and it was a message, and it was like, saw you at the Drop Comedy Club. I've been doing comedy about like six months or so. Here's a clip of 5 minutes. Could you look at it and give me some like pointers or whatever? And then I said to him, like, I mean, I don't got too much advice. I barely have time to watch my own videos. I won't watch your video. Only thing I have to say is, keep writing and keep going up. And in a year from now, you'll understand this message. So it's like, and then I ran into him, and he was thanking me, because he was like, I do understand what you're talking about, and it's what you're talking about as well. If you listen to too many people, you're hitting, okay, make sure you stand this way. Hold it with your right hand. Don't bring your notebook up. Don't look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. They'll give you whatever they think it is, and they'll tell you, you got to do this. You got to do this. Now you're in your head being all these other people when it's like, do you.
Yeah, I was deviating from myself. Yeah.
Man, if you need to go on stage, sit down and cross your legs, do it. Who cares? Because at least that's you being you. And however they receive it, oh well.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing no one else could tell you.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
It's like how people aren't comfortable in their own skin. It's like no matter what you do, you go out and buy a Bentley or you go out and get plastic surgery, you still have to wake up you. No one else is going to do it for you.
And that's why I took my tits out. I had implants.
Oh, I was about to say, like at spring break? Is it, you just got for some beads?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
No.
no. But it's true because I think about that. Like, I always like had this thought when I first started. I was like, man, if only I started sooner.
Yep.
If only I started sooner. Until this past year, I was never secure within myself.
Yep.
So I would have never been able to be me on a stage.
Nope.
There would have been no fucking way, and nobody would have connected with me.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
work. Like this one dude, he's a Michigan staple. Like a lot of comics would say, you know, he's like the best comic in Michigan. His name is Josh Adams, and him and I are similar. Like we're black. He's about as tall as I am.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing it. Like he's almost on 20 years doing it though. Younger than me. 20 years doing it, and he is a monster when it comes to comedy. Like
I
it's
can
just,
imagine.
his absurdity is just delicious. You know, it's just one of those things. Like you almost got to fight to not emulate what he's doing. But he would say stuff because I mean he's not a man of a bunch of words off stage, but he would say stuff like, "Man, you right where you supposed to be. You are right where you supposed to be. You can't go. Oh, if I just started a year earlier, or where would I be if I?" You can't do any of that because you don't got a DeLorean. Can't go, back in time. But right now, right where you're supposed to be. What we're doing right now, right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because just like when we first started talking about it, it's a path, and we're both on a path. And damn, I don't.
The stars align.
Yeah, and like I was just about to say, like I don't talk well about myself. Like I don't feel right talking well about myself. I mean,
I know what you mean.
I definitely think I'm dope, but like it's just hard to talk well about myself. But I was just talking about describing comedy to somebody, and I described it as golf. It is you versus the course, you versus your path. And just because, like if it was golf and Tiger Woods is the number one golfer, if he quits tomorrow, does that make me better at golf? No. You always have to be perfecting the craft your way, whether it's getting fans your way, booking shows your way, telling jokes your way. You just have to, because Tom Segura, theaters. It's funny how I was doing Tom Segura when I was talking. I think that would be great. No, but if you just can't look at that,
Yeah.
you just can't, and
You can't compare to anything. Yeah.
you can't, you can't, and like, it'll come out, like so many stars, since podcasts is a new thing. So many stars go back and say, oh, like musical people, like, oh, that song, that was the beginning beats of Funkadelic, blah blah blah. Like if you slow it down and chop it up, it's just a do 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 do. You automatically do it anyway. Like I got a couple of little pieces. I'm talking about a little mannerism that I saw from a comic, and it's his kind of staple thing. And I just use that to tell a story. I get to one part, I go, just like this other comic. And it's not like I'm stealing a joke, but I'm taking a mannerism to put some emphasis on a certain point. Now, if I start going through the rest of my set and I'm all like, looking like Kramer
Using
or
a
something.
tool. Yeah.
But it's just like the English language. No one's saying anything original. Someone said the before and someone put the combination of words together. You're going to try your best to make it unique with your experiences, but no one's reinventing the wheel. So just be you, be true, and even if someone comes back, hey, your joke about taking out your implants, I've had a and if someone's gonna,
Yeah, it just has to be. That's what I've decided to do. Is just I'm just gonna talk about my life.
Yeah,
Because it's the only
who
way
else
I
is gonna
can.
have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because when I really thought about what I was just saying, I'm like, I don't. I think you're good on that one. Like,
I can't think of another
it's like
comedian that has done that.
it's like a dude comic is like, Alex stole my joke about.
Yeah.
He was like, I was the first one that was like, fuck me, you know. But it's that was one of, it was just all the advice that I was getting coming up. Like, I was a year in, and this one Michigan comic was like, and he's Italian. He was like, "Yo, man, you gotta learn to talk about yourself and your experiences." He was like, "If I tell a joke about my mom's spaghetti sauce, you know," he just said sauce, but I'm not trying to do an Italian accent. like, like the way I experienced that, and that unique thing, no one else is gonna have that. You know, so it's kind of the reason why I don't talk about too many events. Like, I've never been driven by events. Maybe if it's like a pop culture event, you know, like I definitely talk about like 9/11 with respect. The worst time to laugh, you know. But at least up top, I was like, yeah, I wore 2 uniforms, you know. Like, I tell a 9/11 joke and I hear someone kind of groan, and I go, how many uniforms did you wear? Like, get out of here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, eat a fat sack.
Yeah. It is. So, you were in the Navy for how long again?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you traveled all over, huh?
I did. Well, so it was after 9/11. So the port visits got cut right in half.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted an aircraft carrier right outside their port. Mainly because we were like public enemy number one, and why would someone want, you know, why would you be on the coast of Naples, and, you know, have like a bullseye aimed at you? But Naples, they were okay because we have a base over there. Naples and Dubai, Portugal, Greece. But there was all these other places we were supposed to go. Like, oh man, when you get to the fleet, you're going to go to so many ports. And I get there. Well, I mean, 9/11 happens, and then I get there, and they're like, okay, here's our schedule. Couple of spots, you know, and it's whatever.
Yeah.
I needed that.
Where did you land after you finished the Navy? Was it Chicago?
No, I'm originally from Cleveland,
Okay.
Ohio, and right after the Navy, I actually got out the Navy a month early to go to school, so I went back to Cleveland, and I went to Cleveland State, and the first semester at Cleveland State, I was a drama major. Like, I wanted to be an actor, and then I did some technical stuff when I was in the Navy. Like, I operated a nuclear reactor, so I had some credits transfer over, and I had about 78 credits toward an electrical engineering degree. So I switched my degree up, and I got an electrical engineering degree. Graduated in about 2 years, and then hit the workforce. And like, it only took me like a little bit of time, like 12 years, to figure out that I'm wasting my life. Like that blue collar, 12 years, probably more than that. Yeah, so I'd say about 12, 13 years, because I quit my day job back in May. So I just knew it was a never-ending cycle. Yeah, it was. I don't work well under people,
Same.
and I'm also learning how well I work under myself. You know, but it's all that work in progress. So like, I'm just now getting to the point where I'm being a boss on top of the stuff I need to do. Waking up at a certain time, writing a certain amount, working on projects, getting stuff done, not procrastinating, you know, and all while I'm doing that, putting myself in an uncomfortable position just so that I can make it out and, get better from it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm definitely like I feel great, like I feel good,
Yeah.
but there's so much shit I need to do.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. It's a never ending list.
It is.
Yeah. I'm in the corporate world, and I gotta say, I 1,000% agree with you. It's, I just had the other day, they don't watch this shit. If they do, I don't give a fuck. It's for entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. Look at that. That was
But
so great.
this bitch
Yeah.
messaged my manager the other day
Oh yeah, that'll get you fired.
and said I was leaving early. My manager knows I leave early. She knows my schedule.
Yeah.
She's a cool manager.
Uh-huh.
So my manager says, like, we know, all good, whatever. She's like, stay an extra hour just in case. So, you know, whatever. Then when she was corrected and said that I was in the wrong, she said, it goes on to say that, well, your employee isn't socializing with anybody. I go, are we in fucking kindergarten?
That's how it's a very similar situation, but that's if we can talk hypothetically, like I think that's the reason why I got fired from my first job. Like I didn't socialize. I was very just work hard, stay to yourself, work hard, stay to yourself. So like my first real job after the Navy was at a commercial nuclear power plant, and it was like a 15-month program of just heavy studies, and it was hard. That first 9 months, I kept to myself. A lot of these other people that were in the class of mine, they'd go out and they'd drink and they're doing all this other stuff. Bunch of, I don't want to make this racial, but just a bunch of white boys. And like, I didn't relate to these cats. Like they could eat a sack. So when it came to this, like at the 9-month part, there was an exam, a federally, like all over the United States, this exam is given, and they have it like in quarters or whatever. And it was to get this license, you know, you got to pass this exam, and you have to get like an 80%. And I got like a 79.5. There were 2 other people that failed the exam. One of the other persons, they got sent back to the beginning of the program. One of them got sent to another department. I got fired because, in my opinion, because I didn't know anything about networking. I knew nothing about my carbon footprint when it comes to the social shit. They didn't have, it was just a name, number. Oh, it wasn't above this? Fuck them. Had nothing to stand up on. No one going like, oh, no, he's a cool dude. No, you know, that goes so far. You know, and they sat me down and was like, boo. And I had one of my Navy buddies kind of tell me, nah, man, you got to play the game. And when you play, and I learned from him. So now I treat comedy that way as much as, like, I'm talking about a healthy amount of it. Because I don't, like, I just don't, my lips don't form the right shape to kiss ass. So, like, it's what I'm comfortable with, you know, playing the game. But I know repercussions. Like, I don't hang out well. I don't go into a scene and they're like, oh, yeah, he's cool. Nah. So I have to be that much more funny and, you know, stay long enough. And, hey, you guys have a good night. And, you know, just be respectful and don't, you know, I don't go up on stage super offensive. I don't laugh at people in their face, you know, because you just got to play the game. There's a currency when it comes to like this social stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, with corporate, I could give a shit. I literally just keep my headphones in and don't talk to anybody.
So, and as long as you're competent, like, because, I mean, like, I would say I was barely competent, you know? Like, if I was just dope at my job, that's fine. They'll hate the fact that you don't talk to them, but they can't get you on anything. That's the only way that you could skate through these motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
It's full on insane because some of these people, man, these mole people, like she doesn't communicate Wait, and so your
I don't
boss,
even work with that person
your
either.
boss told you that.
Oh yeah, she let me know. She was like, "Listen, I got your." Thankfully, my manager's sick. She's the best. She was in the military. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's got my back. She tells me 100%. Like she's always transparent. So she
That's
was like,
that's
"Hey,
a beautiful
just."
thing.
She was like, "Just watch your back because somebody's watching you." I'm like, "I appreciate you."
Yeah, and that's
I'm
necessary.
thankful because it's the only reason I can skate by for now. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
otherwise I'd be.
That shit bugs me so much. And a person will just have a bug in their ass, and now they're just following you. And there's no, and stick with your guns. Stick with your guns. Stick with your wave to them like this.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I'm like, that bitch was lucky she wasn't there Friday because I would have been.
You know what I'm saying? Because
It's hard for me to contain myself when somebody steps over a line. Like
yeah.
I have a pretty high line usually, but like
Yeah.
if you're intruding on my bubble and
Yeah.
I don't even speak, I've never talked to you before. Like that's just weird.
Yeah, weird and very, very just disrespectful.
We're all adults. Apparently not.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say air quotes because nowadays there's a sensitivity that's going around where people just don't act like adults. And on the man side of things, like even in your instance, people talk like getting punched in the face is not an option.
Yeah.
And I don't like, and I'm not even a, I want to say that because there's cameras on me. Like I want to be honest, and it's like I'm not even a violent guy. I'm trying not to cross my fingers as I say that. Like I'm not a violent guy, but it should at least be on the table. Like I don't want someone talking to me crooked, looking me in my face, like disrespect me, like I couldn't crumble you up and dunk you. You know, and I don't mean that in like one of those like. I'm bigger than you.
It's just when somebody crosses a line, like you got to hold your own. Yeah.
Yeah. Like on some, like the contract between men.
Yeah. Since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of time, and they're like disrespect, nah, boo boo. What?
Yeah.
You're not. That's not human.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Honestly, I bet and the social media has a big part of it because people have such guts to just say whatever on the internet, but they're so ballsy till they go out in the real world.
Digital balls.
Yeah.
They got digital guts.
balls.
Oh man, you should see the nuts on that guy. I'm talking about when he gets those old digital balls. That.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a tough guy. Like it's just.
I know how you feel.
It
prepared us.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, tell me about
all this. So I love music, especially rap music from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. And I decided to start collecting records because I like them.
Yeah.
And I listen to them before I put them up, most of them, except for the sealed ones, because I want to keep them sealed. Especially
Is that the Operation Doomsday still sealed? Okay.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to open it. I want to leave it. But yeah, I got this one too.
Is that
food.
The 20th?
Yeah, 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is all I have plus a couple more. So I just started collecting when I started this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like that up there, the Naruto painting, I got that for my husband for our anniversary one year. It's like us with our 2 dogs. Yeah, and then I bought a couple of those paintings underneath it. Those are from a local artist, Sammy. She's great.
Trippy.
Yeah, she has great photos. I'd shout her out one time. And then to the left, the Star Wars ones, those are from our tattoo artist that we go to. He makes those prints. And then we got the Wu-Tang because we went to the concert at the St. Augustine Amphitheater for their anniversary tour, which was sick.
Yeah.
It was the best thing ever. Fucking like, imagine like, listening to this music for years since you're a kid, you know? Cash Rules, like, come on.
Oh, absolutely.
And then to see it unfortunately, Old Dirty Bastard, his son was in his place though, and he sounded just like him.
Are you serious?
Just like him. It was insane.
Man.
Yeah. So that me and my husband went together. I got him those tickets for his birth or something anniversary. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But that was a good time. Yeah. But I just like I collect a lot of these are personal items that I've like collected over the years,
Yeah.
and I just put in here because I'm like, well, it's only fitting for me to have my shit in here.
But it has a it definitely has a great vibe and a great look, and I just truly hope Liquid Death is one of your sponsors, because this has a great look.
Thanks. I have to redo it all.
Why?
We were moving. That's why there's a bunch of garbage bags. But yeah.
You're moving.
Yeah, we're moving to a new house, so I got to redo the whole room. Yeah.
I hope you take a photo of this. And
Yeah, I had my friend Carly. She lives in Austin. She's a photographer.
Yeah.
She came in and took photos when she was visiting.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I got some good photos.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is something. Cause boy, I mean, so the new place you're moving into, does it have a room?
Yeah.
Similar dimensions?
Yeah, pretty much just like this. I think it's just a touch bigger, which will be nice. And instead of doing a couch, because people like slowly sink into this one over time.
That's what couches do.
I'm getting I have 2 chairs. I got my mother-in-law just had 2 chairs sitting around. I was like, I'll take them for the podcast room. So I'm going to use those. And then I want to eventually have like, several people on. I think it would be fun. But
I would. That's you're cooking.
No, I've only been doing it for 6 months, and I'm sad to see this one go. But it's a part of the evolution, I guess.
Absolutely not.
It's happening quicker than I thought. But
it's in the history books. But I mean, that really just means you're driving. Like just on to this, graduate to another, moving up, getting into the contacts of people that are like more. I am sinking in this month. Like getting into like the contacts of like traveling comics, so that you can like full on like catch a person that's either at this club or is making their ways through there, because it's the thing that keeps this vehicle going. Mm-hmm. Like it just keeps it going. And if the comic has time, I couldn't imagine them not doing it. You know, as long as at 8:00 on a Friday, let's do this pocket. And they're like, I don't know, because that's cutting into the business hours. But now man, this is just fantastic. And I keep looking at that Dooms, that Operation Doomsday, because it's like MF Doom used to be my number one. And I think he was still alive when I switched to some other rapper.
Do you have any of the records?
No records.
Do you want this one?
No.
Can I give it to you without you saying no? Here.
Are you? I'm
not kidding.
Do you understand?
I can't. I'll get another one. Here, take it.
Are you?
Take it. It's for you. Thanks for coming all the way out here.
What the serious? You don't.
Just take it. You don't have to say anything. Just put it in your bag. I'll see you later.
I don't think you know what this means. Man, I wish I was still human on the inside. I try right now. This means so much. I'll just tell this real quick story. Mm-hmm. I used to be MF Doom. No, but like, so I was I used to collect sneakers. Mm-hmm. So like I had just like SB Dunks. Like I was just Nike Dunks, just Dunks here, Dunks there. And MF Doom came out with a pair of Dunks. And I got them. And I was like, man, I'm bulletproof with these things. Bulletproof. And then the pandemic hits. And like the pandemic was like this speed bump for comedy. And I was like, you know what? I have to prove my dedication to this art form that I like or love. I think it was just like at the time. And I sold 80% of my sneakers. And I was telling myself there was like a couple pair that I was going to keep. And I put those MF Doom Dunks online on eBay. I may have paid $175 for them. And I wore them. And they're not beat up. They were in clean condition. But it's like I sold them for like $2,200. Like somebody bought a used pair of shoes during a pandemic for $2,200. What?
That's insane.
It's insane. And do I regret that? Yes. 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 I snorted that money. No, I didn't. No. But it's like it was. I definitely definitely should have kept those. And I mean, it was like, I think it was after he passed away too. So,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that's why I was able to get so much for him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to tie it into a nice little bow, on top of comedy, I'm like writing screenplays,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that you like music, the way I like music, I also like movies, and I'm going to. I got like some things cooking, but I'm gonna do a biopic on Doom, and
That'd be sick.
I have a buddy that can get me close because they're, the rights to his, legacy and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They're held real tight. They're being, they want everything to be very respectful,
Mm-hmm.
type thing. He can get me in the room with the right people, and like the level at which I'm going to write this, it's going to be something that would be directed by someone like Jordan Peele.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be something that's going to be gripping. It's going to be kind of dark. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
have it's going to have something to it. I got a ton.
I almost had like, as you were talking about, like I almost had like a vision in my head of what it would look like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I got the opening scene.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Here's the opening scene. So it's like right at the peak of like the career, and it's behind stage. And have you seen The Shining?
It's been a long time, but yeah.
But the thing that we're gonna be behind the scene with like stage hands walking past, but instead of it like someone walking, it's gonna be like a tricycle. So it's kind of camera gonna be kind of like angled up, and they're gonna be kind of just navigating through as all the stuff is going by. And when it finally like makes it to the stage, then we're just gonna kind of see the crowd. It's gonna be completely dark, and you can just see the phones because of course everyone's like on their phone and whatnot, and then a little bit of murmur, completely dark phones, and then it's gonna be a jump scare, but a spotlight's gonna come on, boom, and everyone shuts up. And then you could just sort of hear like this walking toward the stage. And then you'll just see, all you'll see is just like, two little wheat Tims, like right there, just right at the edge of what you can see. And then the hands of doom, just like cut off right there. And then flash back to the beginning. And
Oh yeah.
And then,
oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
I got gimmicks in here, so I hope you don't have 1 million viewers, because it's like if someone steals this,
No.
I'll find them. But
No.
even if they steal it, it's like I'm gonna write so good that it's gonna bring out everything. I'm gonna write so good.
Yeah. This will blow up when
Try
the
and
biopic
steals.
comes out.
Yeah. It would. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's like time travel thought,
Yeah,
where it's
like it almost-
where it's
yeah.
like it comes out and it's like, yo, I found this video where the guy was talking about it
Yeah.
on this, and then now it's like you're already in your Bentley, Yeah, that
with
was
the
classic
suicide doors.
episode.
Yeah.
It was at the old location. Oh man. Oh
Yeah.
I can't wait though.
Yeah.
It's got like I'm never gonna show his face
Mhm.
except for when he's wearing the mask. So throughout the movie,
Because he go to the bank with his mask on.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
so as a mystery, like you'd see younger versions of him, or all these other. You're just gonna catch images from the back, and no, I'm not gonna say too much.
No,
much
it's
more.
cool.
I
I'm
can't-
excited.
I
I
really-
can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's oof.
Yeah.
Because it's just like with comedy. This is gonna be like a heavy swing. It's something just like comedy is something I'm passionate about. So it's definitely got to be right. So when I was telling you before about being being the boss and like, I got to beat my ass, it's because of the screenplay, because I don't slack when it comes to I have a hard time lying. I do slack when it comes to sending out emails. I definitely got to get better at that. I definitely got to, but I don't slack when it comes to getting myself like booked on things and sending out messages. I'm all over the place, but if I put an order to it, oof, it'll be so much better.
Yeah.
But this right here, writing, it's a killer.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, but when it strikes and I get like an idea, pull out the phone, got the thing, and then I back everything up like written down. Oh, and I'm about to storyboard it, maybe get some animation, and then get to writing the script, and then pitch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's exciting.
yeah.
Very exciting.
I'm ready.
I'm excited for you.
I'm ready for the world, man.
Yeah.
That's another lie too. Like, I'm ready for the world, but I'm not acting like it. I'm not. Like it's like I know people that are like hard on themselves, and I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just legitimately saying like I got to do more. Like I got to do more.
I first thing every time I wake up in the morning, I'm like, you slacking bitch.
Yep. And if other people hear that, they're like, you gotta be better to your
I'm like,
self-care.
no, stop.
And all those things are excuses.
Yeah.
Like if I do nothing today and I go, you're still a king. What?
Mm-mm.
That's delusion.
Yeah.
Like it's now tomorrow get up and write 10 pages. That's the only thing. Because I can't convince myself to get in shape with words. You're gonna have a 6-pack tomorrow. That's so what world are we living in?
Yeah, you got to do the work to make it happen.
You gotta do the work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I catch myself not doing work, you gotta.
Yeah, I've been getting mad at myself a lot lately, for sure. So
Yeah.
I feel you.
But we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
This was a huge sign. It was just a huge sign.
Yeah.
And me telling you this, I already know it's cooking. Everything's cooking and percolating.
It's funny because I feel like we kind of think on the same type of wavelength, because like I get those feelings where I'm like, oh, this is it. Like this is a part of, like, even when instances happen in comedy, I'm like, oh, this is training.
Yep.
This is like training for the big thing.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, it's just the time.
I think that's because we fuck with music. Because music, I'm sure you watch enough. Maybe you don't watch a lot of TV or movies.
No, since I started comedy.
When you said training, comedy started in my whole movie game. I mean, I used to.
Only when I cook, I get to watch TV.
Gotcha. Okay, so you got like a good regimented thing. But when you said like, this is training for that moment, it just reminded me of like either, I can't remember what the TV show, maybe it was in a book, but it's like I hear these things and I just know these are like morsels that some author long ago just put out there. It's entertainment, yes, but it is absolutely jewels that you can take.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
every time I listen to MF Doom, I'm like, motherfucker.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
Yep. I go right into that catalog. Because I mean, like, and then there are some people, there's a small handful of us that just like lyrics. And I'm sure 90s hip hop helped you really enjoy shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because the shit that the reason I have to do this is because nothing else made me feel like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had like favorite artists, but nothing touched shit like him.
The same, yeah.
Like I should take him to court and show everyone on the court, this is where he touched me. Like that's like, I'm for real. I've been molested. Man, what?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now I'm turning the interview on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's not going to be one, but what's your favorite MF Doom song?
It's the Doomsday featuring Pebbles, because I have it as my intro song for this podcast. Yeah.
What?
I pay for the license every week just to have it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the best. Damn.
But it's not, they actually have a contract, so it's like not a lot. Like I pay like a monthly thing and I get the, yeah.
Because, I mean, it adds up, but damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Damn, that is crazy. One my favorite is it's off the Food album, and it's Cookies,
Yeah.
because it's for someone to just play with words like that between like porn and actual cookies. It's just it's magnificent.
Yeah.
And and my mind no longer blown, but just like a small blowing of my mind that no one let people want to hear like bass heavy beats and corny lyrics and not someone saying, you know, one lonely evening alone home end up with carpal tunnel syndrome. What? What? Here I am known for giving heavy backaches. What? What?
I was laughing when I listened to Sofa King for the first time. I was like, stop it. I was like, this is my childhood in a song.
It's so creative.
Yes,
And
yeah.
the mind of him is so creative.
It's so original, and you're like, oh, there's nothing close to it that I've listened to.
I am so fucking retarded. You say funny thing.
It's hilarious.
Oh, that I mean for real. That like just like that concept alone, I just go, yes, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I was here. I was here for this. You know, that's a little bit salty that I never got a chance to see him live, but I put on like two of my friends to Doom, and they got to see him live, and they weren't even fans. That you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I'm saying lyrics to him. This one guy, my one buddy, he was like this. Yeah, I like the albums and all, but what's up with all those like interludes, man? He should put like songs on there.
What?
I'm like, bruh,
No.
bruh, that's the you don't get
It's
it.
the whole thing.
But then he was front row at a joint, and there was that one part where he gets the crowd to say slapstick, and he was like, "Hey, I didn't know what to say," so I was like, "That bit," and I was like, "We're not friends anymore,
Stop
man.
it.
We ain't friends. Just because you live in California, you got a chance to see him. Stupid." But man,
Yeah.
that is something. MF Doom.
Yeah. It changed my life in terms of music for sure.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back down.
It's fine.
I'm gonna bring
I
it
think we're getting close to time here, so we can close it.
dude.
I want to keep talking to you for sure. I'll have to have you back at some point down the road. But
definitely have me back, because
yeah.
I'm like if I don't stay in, so like I'm technically a Chicago comic, but I'm staying in Atlanta for the next few months because I don't like the cold. But if I start making moves and connections and whatever, and it just makes more sense to stay in Atlanta, boom, because now I have a lot better access to. I don't even like saying the South all like that, because I don't, because I think I say it and it sounds how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, now I got access to the South, but like I don't like playing games with.
Yeah.
I don't play those games anymore. So
Yeah.
I may just stay in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to go back to Chicago in May, but if that's the case, and if I stay in Atlanta, then I'm really gonna be emailing these clubs hard, and I'm trying to get into the Florida scenes, and like I'm doing a couple showcases in Jacksonville, and just hopefully it does what it does, because if I could get into a comedy zone, if I could stop it. I got a real serious compliment the other day, 2 days ago, and it was from one of the producers of the show, and I was closing out this bad boy in Charlotte. Nice little free show, had about 100 people in there. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Nice in the basement, 2 spotlights, mini little stage. And I out of the like 25 minutes that I was doing, like 10 minutes of it was just kind of written almost that day. But he was telling me, like, bro, the way that you tell a story and you get people engaged, like I wanted to see where you were going with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the people shut the fuck up and wanted to see where you were going with it. Like you're doing that thing. And he basically just said, like, you looked like one of the pros up there. And I was just like, a fake tear came down my eye. And I was like, thank you, man. And I was like,
So that's how you get booked, huh?
yeah, that's how I get booked, man. Nobody tongues them down like, oh, jail. Oh my God, I do anything for a laugh. No, but yeah, it was definitely one of those things. He was really dissecting. He was like, yo, bro, and I was like, yo, man, I appreciate that, because it's where I'm trying to go.
It does help to know too, so like you're like, oh, I know what that, or at least for me being so new, especially, I'm like, oh, now I know what I need to feel like and on stage feel like. I need to feel it.
So this ain't advice, but it's just a thing that you could try. It's just being the most comfortable that you could be.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing that you can do is if you're having a good time, if you find something funny, if you're, I mean, genuinely, like you're going like, and then I farted, and it came out almost like a fart, they're going to get it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the sneaky thing that I do is I'm very present. So if somebody says something, I'm going to address, I don't have anything canned. I'm just going to address what they said with what I think is the funniest thing. Or I'm going to get more information. Or if it's awkward, I'm going to go, wow, that was awkward. I have to address almost like a reporter.
Mm-hmm.
That gains their trust. So like if they make it awkward and I go, oh, look at Travinsky over here. Like I can't.
Or just like keep going with the jokes. Yeah, I learned that.
It is
because I've done that before, and because everyone's like, "Wait, what?"
unless your jokes are just they punch right in the titty, like it's gonna be a thing where they want you, they're present with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it helps the relationship that you have with them.
Yeah,
it's all about that relationship, and I think I can articulate things pretty well. So the more I learn about it, I'll be able to just explain. But it's all about a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that write so well, they have a wonderful relationship and they know nothing about it. But it's because they write so well. Then there are people that don't write as well, do a ton of crowd work. They're very likable. They maintain that relationship with the crowd work. With you, miss, what are you doing? Like there's a guy, a Canadian dude. He'll ask multiple people, 10 people, 10 different things. He's doing an hour-long set. And toward the end of his set, he'll do a recap. Well, hello? I mean, he's still doing material. He was like, and just like how Pam's sweater doesn't fit, so she's showing off her assets, it'll make Bob over here. And I'm going, what am I witnessing right now? How did he do that? He didn't have a notepad or nothing. But their laughter is infectious because he's extra present. He's extra there with them. Whatever your thing is, work on that relationship.
Yeah. Lean into it.
Lean into those motherfuckers. What's up, motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? In the most loving way. Like, hey, motherfucker, you fucked my mom.
That's a great way to end.
Oh, that had a doom ending to it. You fucked my mom.
I'm not even gonna put the outro. I'll just use that at the outro. If you want to put shout out your Instagram, your Facebook, your whatever shows, or just stare.
No, just stare. But yeah, it's all J Hunter Comedy. So IG J Hunter Comedy, website www.jhuntercomedy.com, Facebook, Big Titty Bitches, J Hunter Comedy, and I mean if you want to email me too, it's jhuntercomedy@icloud.com. That's it. I'll have some shows, but that don't matter. Go to the website.
Go to the website. Thanks for coming out. This is fun.
That wasn't the right side up.
There we go. Perfect.
And she keep working that back and I'm about to do the shit like that. I can forward it. When she teasing what she got me good with her. When she move with it. When she working, when she got, she can't be no